Hello everybody, welcome in to this Saturday freestyle stretchy yoga flow. Breathing in and out through the nose. Another deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. One more deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Breathe in and reach the arms up overhead, drawing the energy down. Palms in front of the heart. Take a bow. Greeting yourself to this beautiful practice. One more deep breath in, drawing the energy down and stretching over to the left side now. Inhale, reach the arms back up through center and reach the opposite left hand to the right knee, stretching over to the right side now. Couple breaths here. And inhale back up through center, arms overhead and back down to your side. Go ahead and look over the left shoulder, stretching the neck. And over the right shoulder. Coming back to center and over the left shoulder. And back through center and over your right shoulder. Take your right hand now, placing it on top of your head or by your left ear, stretching the left fingertips out alongside you and stretching the left side of the neck. Begin to release that hand down, stretching the right fingertips to the mat, taking your left hand, placing it by your right ear and stretching the right side of your neck now. Just a couple breaths here. Last breath here. Go ahead and begin to release that hand back down. And we're going to move over into all fours now, moving into a little bit of cow and cat. Make sure your wrists are under your shoulders, knees are under your hips. Breathe in, drop the belly, head up. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head up. Exhale, rounding the shoulders, pressing through, dropping the head. One more round, inhaling up and exhaling, rounding the back. Go ahead and push back now into child's pose, stretching your hands out in front of you. Taking a few breaths here to settle into your practice and set your intention. Good. Now let's begin to take your fingertips over to the right side of your mat, stretching out that left side body. If you'd like to deepen this stretch, go ahead and take your left ear down to your mat. Last breath here. Begin to move back through center, reaching your hands over to the left side of your mat, now stretching out the right side body. Again, if you're looking for a deeper stretch, you can take that right ear down to your mat. And begin moving back now into your center position. Go ahead and roll forward onto the hands, coming into a baby cobra. Go ahead and drop the forehead down to the mat. And on an inhale, raise back up into baby cobra. Exhale, forehead down to the mat. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, press back into all fours and back into your child's pose. One round of breath here, recentering, and begin to bring yourself back up into all fours. Tuck the toes underneath the feet and press back down into your first downward dog. Go ahead and walk out, pedal the feet, stretching out through the calves and the hamstrings as we enter into this first downward facing dog. Take what you need here. Go ahead and roll forward into plank position, and on your inhale, press through the palms back up into downward facing dog. Exhale, forward into plank. Inhale, roll it back into downward facing dog. One more time, exhaling, bringing your body forward into plank, and go ahead and drop down to the knees, chest, chin, and roll through back up into that baby cobra. Pressing now back into your downward facing dog. Couple breaths here. On your next inhale, go ahead and raise that right foot up to the sky, bringing it to the outside of your right hand. Go ahead and align that foot all the way out onto the outer side of your mat and begin to drop your knee down. Your left knee down to the mat. We're going to move now down into our elbows, deepening that hip stretch. I like to use a block here, give a little bit extra support. Some may be able to go all the way down onto the elbows, some can stay up on the hands, whatever feels best for you today. Remember to keep that Ujjayi breath going, deep inhales and exhales through the nose, constricting in the throat as if you're breathing through a straw. Releasing any unwanted. Take a couple more breaths here. And on your next inhale, begin to raise back up onto the hands. Move any props out of the way that you may have utilized. Tuck that toe under, straightening the back leg and lifting that knee up off the ground. Go ahead and slide your right foot into the center of your mat and raise your right hand up to the sky. Twisted lunge. Next inhale, take that left hand up off the mat, coming up into a standing twisted lunge. Inhale, reach your arms up, straightening the legs. Exhale, stretch it back down. Inhale, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, staying in the twist, coming back down into your twisted lunge. Inhale, up. One more time, exhaling down into twisted lunge. Sweep your hands forward into crescent lunge. Plant the palms on the mat, step back, and take your chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, pressing back into downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift your left leg up to the sky, sweeping that through, planting the foot on the outer left edge of your yoga mat. Go ahead and drop that right knee down and release the foot, and begin to move down onto elbows if that feels comfortable for you. Again, props are welcome here to get you into the position that feels most comfortable for you to be able to hold this pose. As we hold these deep stretches, we are moving more into the myofascia, into the connective tissues of the body. Much of our stress is stored in these connective tissues, so holding these stretches for a long time may actually result in emotional release as well as physical tension from the body. Take one more breath here, and on your next inhale, begin to come back up onto your hands. Move any blocks or props out of the way. Go ahead and tuck the right toes under. Slide that left foot into the center of the mat. Plant the right palm and reach up to the sky with your left hand. Supported twisted lunge. On your next inhale, with control, reach that right arm up, coming up into standing twisted lunge now. On your next inhale, straighten the legs, raising the arms above. Exhale, back down into twisted lunge. Inhale, straightening the legs, reaching up. Exhale, twisted lunge. One more time, inhaling up to the sky. Exhale, twisted lunge. Sweep the arms forward into crescent lunge. Plant your palms onto your mat, step back and take your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, pressing back over the toes into downward facing dog. On your next inhale, go ahead and reach that right leg up to the sky again. This time sweeping the knee back behind the right palm and dropping down into pigeon. Stay seated in your pigeon for a moment and let your body settle in before walking your hands forward and coming down into sleeping pigeon. Again, this is a wonderful hip opening stretch for the body, and we do store a lot of emotion within our hips. Remember to continue to breathe, inviting in that beautiful prana, the healing prana, into your body. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Couple more breaths here. On your next inhale, slowly begin to bring yourself back up to your palms. Tuck those back toes under, sliding the knee in slightly, and reaching back up into your three-legged dog, and placing your right foot back down onto your mat into your downward facing dog. Moving right over into the other side. On your next inhale, reach the left foot up to the sky, sweeping that left knee behind the left wrist, taking the right toes down, sliding the knee back, and settling into pigeon. As you move down onto your elbows or hands, find a comfortable position and settle in with your breath. As we inhale, we invite in healing prana. As you exhale, you release anything unwanted. Inhale to cleanse, exhale to release. Take a few more breaths here on this side. And on your next inhale, slowly begin to move back up onto the palms of your hands, coming up into pigeon, tucking the right toes under, sliding that knee slightly forward, And on your next inhale, go ahead and swoop that left leg back into three-legged dog and drop down into your regular downward facing dog. Moving forward now into plank, go ahead and take a chaturanga into upward facing dog and press it back into downward facing dog. Inhale, looking to the top of your mat, walk, hop, or step, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold it in. We're going to take a ragdoll here, so go ahead and grab opposite elbows with your hands. You may like to swing side to side or let the head, shake the head out. Go ahead and switch the hold on your elbows, ensuring even stretch through both sides of your body. Your next inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stretch it all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, bending at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant the palms. Step back into warrior two. Left knee forward, right foot back. Inhale into peaceful warrior. Exhale, sweep that elbow under into side angle. Inhale back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, sweeping that left arm down, right arm up, peaceful warrior. Inhaling back into peaceful warrior. One more time, sweeping that left elbow down, right arm up into side angle. Moving back now into warrior two. Turn the toes to face parallel on the long side of your mat. Inhale forward, exhale wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, come on back to standing. We're just going to flip over to the other side. So right toes face forward, left toes on the back side. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, sweeping that right elbow down, left arm up into side angle. Inhaling back into peaceful warrior. Exhale, sweeping the right elbow down to the knee, left arm up over the head, side angle. Inhaling back, peaceful warrior. Exhaling forward, side angle stretch. Inhaling back into warrior two. And flipping the toes back to the long side of your mat now, doing another wide forward fold, this time stretching your fingers to the back of your mat. Go ahead and walk your hands forward now. And heel toe your feet in till you're about hips width apart. And go ahead and drop the hips down into your yogi squat. Hands come into Anjali Mudra in front of the heart. Resting now in our natural pose, yogi squat. Bring the hips back up, heel the toe back out, and go ahead and stretch on over to that right side, letting the left leg lengthen out. Switching sides now, stretching the right leg out, left knee's bent. And coming back into center now. Go ahead and heel the toes back in until you are in a forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching your arms up to the sky, and exhaling, hands to heart. Stepping forward to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, plant the palms, step back into high plank and take your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, pressing back over the toes into downward facing dog. Go ahead and drop down to your knees now. We're going to move into a little bit of a shoulder stretch. So I'd like you to take your left arm up to the sky and go ahead and swoop that underneath, stretching out onto the left shoulder. Option here to take your right arm forward up over your head, deepening the stretch. Ensure that your hips are staying over your knees. Try to keep that breath nice and steady in this pose. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Begin to crawl that right hand back next to you, and left arm reaches back up to the sky. Plant the left palm back down to your mat. This time reaching the right hand up, swooping it underneath, going down to your right shoulder now. Again, option to walk those left fingertips forward to the top of your mat, deepening the stretch. Or you can just keep that left palm planted in front of your face for more stability. Again, make sure that your hips are staying over your knees. If your hand is walked forward, go ahead and bring that back. On your next inhale, right arm reaches back up to the sky, planting the palms back down and pressing back into child's pose. This child's pose should feel much different than the one in the first part of the class. Go ahead and take your hands behind your back now, clasping the fingers and reaching the arms up behind you in a nice shoulder stretch. Bring the arms back down by the hips and switch the grip, ensuring equal stretch with both sides of the shoulders, lifting the hands back up above. On your next inhale, let your hands guide you up as your hands reach back down to the mat and head comes up. We're going to sit down now. Go ahead and swing your right foot out in front of you, bringing your left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, slightly twisting to the right side, reaching for whatever you can grab. May that be your toes, your ankle, your shin, or your knee. And go into a seated one-legged forward fold here. Inhale, lengthen the body. Exhale, release the pose. Switch sides now. We're going to move into Dandasana for a moment, sitting nice and tall. This is a powerful position, even though it may not appear to be. Moving to the other side now. Left leg is stretched out in front of you. Right foot to the inner left thigh. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reaching the right arm over to the left toes, ankle, shin, or knee. Whatever you can reach today, you are exactly where you need to be. On your next inhale, go ahead and lift the head up, lengthening. Exhale, release the pose. Stretching both legs out in front of you, just give a little jiggle. And we're going to move into bound angle pose. So bring both of your soles of your feet together. Knees splay out. Reach the hands forward and fold forward. Nice steady breaths here. We move through a lot of hip openers in this stretchy Saturday sequence. Inhale, go ahead and reach your head up. Exhale, release the pose. Sliding forward now onto your mat, come on down to your back. As you reach your mat, go ahead and pull both of your knees into your chest, giving a little squeeze and rock side to side, massaging that lower lumbar spine. Go ahead and hold that left knee in as you stretch the right foot out, rolling the left leg in circles and then stretching over. Left arm is out to the side, shoulder to the mat. Left leg crosses over the right into a twist. Go ahead and bring that left knee back up to center. Bring the right knee in to join it. And go ahead and stretch that left leg down, rolling the hip of the right knee, first to counterclockwise, and then in a clockwise direction. Pulling that knee in, go ahead and take that left hand to the right knee, pulling it over. Right arm stretches out. This twist should feel beautiful right now. Go ahead on your next inhale, bring both knees back up to the chest and exhale down into your final resting place of Savasana. Allow your breathing to return to normal. Allow your body to melt into the mat. Stretching the arms up overhead. Go ahead and roll over to your right side now. Take a moment there and press yourself up into a seated position. Stretching the arms up overhead, inviting in that beautiful energy as you did in the beginning of your practice, drawing that energy down to your heart. Bowing down now, thanking yourself for your beautiful practice. I send you blessings of love, light, and healing. Namaste.